Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Saudi Arabia from a Saudi perspective. My name is Khaled Almaeena. Today we are going to talk about Saudi Arabian sports, past history, and its current status.
Mr. Khaled Almaeena, what do you think people see in their minds when they think about Saudi Arabia and sports, historically speaking?
Well, people usually have that feeling that sports in any form didn't exist. There was falcon hunting, horse racing, camel racing, and all kinds of local festivities. There was the Sambuk race. The Sambuk is the dhows that plied across the coast of Hijaz. So there used to be an annual race, which is like a regatta in England or a boat race. Later on, after the unification of Saudi Arabia under King Abdul Aziz, what we had was a youth welfare program where sports were selected. Soccer was number one because people took to soccer. It was easier to play. It was less costly. All you needed was a flat ground and football. Later, we had in the 90s basketball, volleyball, swimming federations came in. And then, of course, the other federation that came in, like squash, which came in later, but it was already being played. So most of the sports that was being played was done in a private fashion by the companies promoting it and by international companies promoting. For instance, there were squash championships and a large squash league in Jeddah where men and women used to play. I myself played against the great legend Jahangir Khan, an exhibition match, of course. And then, of course, we had other sport luminaries in whose sports were not being played but came to Saudi Arabia. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came. Other famous basketball players came and they had exhibition matches. Muhammad Ali Clay, the legendary boxer, came and he had a boxing match with some of the young Saudis. Of course, it was just exhibition match. No damage was done to either side. But this was the way it is. Today, sports have gone up by leaps and bounds. We have won the Asia Cup thrice. We have been in the World Cup 4 times. We are still there in the competition for the 2022 World Cups. We had women run in the athletics, boxing. We had also participants in the Kung Fu and the Judo.
What kinds of challenges do you think Saudi Arabian women have faced when it comes to participating in sports?
Women all over the world face challenges in the sporting field, and I need not go into that, but here Saudi women have really faced tremendous challenges from a non-acceptance of sports, from frowning upon sports, from families that distrusted any sporting facilities. All these have been laid back. In the past 4 years, Saudi women have gone into basketball, soccer, they have gone into tennis, equestrian, even boxing, kickback boxing. And just to let you know that a Saudi woman from Jizan, Raha Muharrak, went and climbed Mount Everest. A great achievement. Other Saudi women, 20 women, went to base camp to promote a breast cancer campaign. These issues now are very paramount in the minds of the women and the families, that through sports they will be able to highlight the social needs for a better society. There are leagues now, and Saudi women are heading, by the way, sports federation. This was unheard and unimaginable about 3 years ago. They are there in rowing, the Saudi women are there in tennis, soccer, and they're really doing a great job. I'm very optimistic about the whole situation regarding sports. I see, and the thing is that the government has made these Saudi sports for women at par with the men's sports. So the local clubs like Ittihad, Ahli, Hilal and all also have a women's arm that play these games and a women's league. You have a football league, you have a tennis league, you have a basketball league, and this is a good sign.
How has Saudi perception changed when it comes to sporting events being conducted here on their home ground?
Well, there were sports that were unheard of in Saudi Arabia, the Formula One, the WWE events, other events also. We're hearing about kickboxing and other physical sports that are going to be viewed by the public at their local stadiums. So these are good signs. I think the perception of sports has differed. It is no more a place where you go and do exercise for health. It is there for the game, the adrenaline running in your body, the competition, and people are really looking forward to it. Previously, I remember in the 80s and the 90s, we used to go and watch our favorite soccer teams at the clubs. We used to watch it on TV. Today, the Saudis can tell you what goal Ronaldo or Mohamed Salah scored 2 years ago. So the sports now has become a mania. It is really going ahead. People are involved. I do not know, and I'm not exaggerating, of any young man or even women not interested in some kind of field sports. This is very important. Women have taken over. They are playing games. There are women competing in basketball, volleyball. I also hear that badminton is going to come, and this is a great news because more women can take to it. So these are the issues. In the sporting fields, the main sports for women is basketball. My own daughter, Lena, has a basketball club, Jeddah United, and you'll be surprised that the women who come there range from the age of 6 to 45, and they come not as professionals. Some of them have become professional. Some of them have been taken by other teams. They have played internationally. This is a good sign. Equestrian teams are there, kickboxing, so I foresee a very bright future.
Mr. Khaled Almaeena, how do you think the government of Saudi Arabia feels about sports and sport-related activities in this region at this point in time?
Ever since I followed sports in the kingdom, the Saudi government has been in the forefront of promoting sports. Before it was just soccer. While there were other federations like volleyball and basketball, the focus was only on soccer. Right now, the focus is on other sports. For example, we have rowing. We had a person participating, Hussein Ali Riza, participating in the Olympics. We have women participating in different fields and sports, rowing, boxing. We have women climb mountains. So I think the promotion of sports, especially in the last few years, have been tremendous. And of course, there is the biggest prize, the King's Cup, where the king himself would go and attend the final of the King's Cup and award the cup to the winners. And this would be a great day in Saudi Arabia because millions of Saudis would be watching this match. So I think we've gone ahead, and more needs to be done. And I think what we need to do, and if I may say so, is also the participation of the private sector. The government is doing a lot. And I say in the last 4 years, we have had sports that were unheard of. Rowing was unheard of. We don't have a river, but we have a rowing team. We are also having cricket now. We have, I'm hearing of baseball and American football, rugby. So I think this will cater to the needs of the silent Saudis who would like to go into these fields but never had the opportunity to do so. And I foresee truly a bright future for Saudi sports because society is now accepting the fact that both men and women are capable of participating in any field.
So in conclusion, sir, what would you say to the people that perceive Saudi Arabia's sporting scene as nothing more than camel and horse races in the desert?
Well, those people who think of camels and horse racing in the desert better get their eyesight checked. Let them come to Saudi Arabia. Let them move around and see the buzz, see the excitement, see the flow among young people, see what's happening. And let me be very frank and say it openly. With a young leadership, young people, a vision 2030, the sky is the limit.